AsULearn is being updated to Moodle 4.1 in May 2023. When you first come to the page, there's a login button in the upper right-hand corner. Once you log in, you'll notice the tabbed interface. When you come to Dashboard, you'll see Recently Accessed Courses and also Starred Courses. One of the big gains within Moodle 4.1 is that the Edit button is always visible, so I can turn editing on no matter how far down I've scrolled in the page. Even your dashboard is customizable. You'll notice the blocks aren't displaying. If I click this arrow, those blocks appear. There's one block here called Timeline. If I drag it over, I can now place it in the center. One of the advantages to Timeline for your students is that it would list any quizzes, assignments, upcoming things that will be due across all their AsULearn sites. Another thing you can customize, if you click Add a Block, you can add the Calendar block. Some people like to have that monthly view for when things are due, and any of these items, if I click it, it will take me directly to the AsULearn site with that item. If you go to My Courses, it's going to show you all of your AsULearn sites, but there's also a search box, so if you want to search for something in particular, you can find it there. You can also elect to sort these by the course name or by the last access date. Once you come to a particular AsULearn site, you still have this top row of tabs to get back to the dashboard or My Courses, but you also have this second row of tabs, and these are specific to this particular course site. So if I wanted to go to Settings, or the Participant List, or the Gradebook. Previously, faculty elected to use Collapse Topics, and now it's here by default. So if I hit Collapse All, it's only going to show me the headers for each of the topic blocks. And then if I want to explore something, I could scroll down, click the arrow, and it's going to show me all of the content for that particular block. When you have editing on, you can also display this column. There's the old hamburger icon. So if I wanted to move something from, say, this week 3 block further down, I can use this column, scroll down, come to week 11, and I would simply click this item and drag it over here to move it within the course. If you have a lot of blocks, that's handy. Even with Collapse Topics, it's important that each of your blocks has a meaningful name. It needs to be intuitive to your students so they know where to go. You'll also notice it creates essentially kind of a block around each item, so if you have a lot of items, the scrolling can take a little bit longer. Returning to the top of the page, if I hit Expand All or Collapse, that will toggle the view. Some of the biggest changes with Moodle 4.1 have happened within the quiz question bank. On the main course page, if you go under More and go to Question Bank, it will take you to the question bank. If you want more real estate, if you have this column open, click the X. Each question name can easily be edited. Just click the pencil icon, type in a new name, and hit Enter. Also, another feature, there are now versions. The first time you write a quiz question, it's version 1. Then if you edit it for some reason, it becomes version 2, or 3, or 4. You can create as many versions as you need. If you start to create multiple versions, you may want to use this column here, Last Used. It tells you, for example, that this was the date this particular question was last used in a quiz. This one has been edited but never used. If you ever need to look at the different versions, go under Usage. Click this highlighted number. You'll be able to toggle between the two versions. And you can also see, if you scroll to the bottom, which particular quizzes are using this question and how many attempts have used this particular question. There are also now some statistical information available in the question bank. It used to be a separate page. The facility index tells you what percentage of students tend to get this question correct within quizzes. So for example, this one, 95% of students who took it got it correct. Moodle has also added this column called Needs Checking and Discriminative Efficiency. Discriminative efficiency is really just a statistical correlation between a student's score on a particular question and their score for the overall exam. So if you have a student with a great overall grade but got this particular question wrong, you might see in this column needs checking very likely. And that just means it's flagging for you that this question may have incorrectly identified a correct answer, or you may want to edit it. I would consider that just a suggestion, a possible flag. These kind of flags are not infallible, and you may double check this question and say it looks absolutely fine. When you're done looking at the question bank, if you want to go back to the main course page, just click Course. And if you want to return to other sites, go up here to Dashboard or My Courses. I hope this overview has helped.